How's it going, guys? Welcome to Friday's upload. Now, today's game is just going to be, just a regular old UU match again, as usual, as I've been uploading for like the past, couple days. But it's against TehWilechase, Wiley Cyrus, however you know him. I'm sure you know the name by now. And we just had ourselves a UU match, and we'll go ahead and play it back right now. Alright, now nothing really too out of the ordinary here. As you can see, that Rotom is probably scarfed. I don't know about the Heracross, but the Heracross and the Nidoking do have scarf potential. Azelf might be banded, and Plane's probably going to be specially defensive, and then, Tangrowth is going to be physically defensive. So, it's nothing really out of the ordinary for him. I've just kind of brought some things, that I was streaming at the time, and I think, and then I was like, you know what, these kind of work out good together. So we'll just toss them together and see how it works. So we'll just go ahead and jump right into it. For now, he is going to go ahead and lead off with Rotom. I do expect him to lead off with that if it does happen to be the Scarf variant. Otherwise, I am a Scarfer, and I will have the one-up on anything else. But he doesn't want to take a Stone Edge, so he decides to go into his Tangrowth. I believe I end up missing the Stone Edge anyway. Yeah, I miss it, so not a big deal. What's going to happen is I'm going to switch out now, decide to go into my Roserade. I meant to lead off with my Roserade, since it is a Sash set, but Rotom's not going to set up entry hazards or anything like that, so as long as I can get into that spot, as early as possible, then the Sash won't be ruined. But for now, he tries to go for the Sleep Powder, ends up missing. Not the most vital thing, I guess, to the outcome of the game. The big vital thing here is that he leaves in his Tangrowth, expecting for him to be able to take a Sludge Bomb. I really don't think the crit mattered. We kind of calculated it, and it did a little over 100%. But I do still have my Sash now when this Azelf comes in, so I'm actually just able to stay in, and then just be ready for what else comes in. But he decides to go out into Empoleon. I guess he was probably expecting me to put this to sleep, or try to, and that's what I try to do. Miss Sleep Powder for Miss Sleep Powder. It kind of happens, like that. But I'm gonna get it right this time. If something's gonna be asleep, the only opportunity I'm gonna get at this point with my Sash being broken is probably this. So why the hell not? It sets him back from setting up rocks for a couple turns. But I'm going to go into my Dusclops now, and I believe I speed up the match a little bit at this point. There are a couple of really slow bits, but he sets up the rocks now. Not really a big deal, I guess, and he double-clicks rocks on X. He told me that was a misclick. Definitely believe him. But just, expecting to go for the paint split right there, after, the Scald. And, if he gets the burn, it's whatever, but I figure at this point, I might as well just go for the Curse and see how much a Scald does afterwards, be able to Paint Split. I kind of want to Curse and then Sub and then Paint Split, but I don't know if I'm really going to get that opportunity. So he goes for another Scald. Looking at it, I do not have enough to Sub, so I might as well just keep going for the Paint Split. And then as you can see, Paint Split and Sub are both going to be wearing him down, the same amount of HP, just at the end of the turn, so that's kind of cool. But he's got like 25% left. He obviously wants to hang on to this thing for later. So I'm going to go ahead and set up a Sub right now. That's probably what would have ended up doing anyway, since Scald does, way less than 25%. I have way more than 25%, which means I can set up a Sub pretty safe. In comes the Nidoking right now. And all I can really do right now is just, go for the Paint Split, get some more health back. I'm expecting this to be Scarf for some reason. That's kind of the assumption that it's, like, the vibe it's given me, like he would run 2 Scarfers. But it's Chase, so it's like, I don't really know if he would or not. Like, I don't know. A lot of Nidokings I see happen to be Scarf. So what I'm going to do is go into Crobat and expect him to switch out after this, because I don't think he's seen this particular Crobat of mine. But, if it is Scarfed, he'll be locked in on Brave Bird, or not Brave Bird, I'm the one that's going for Brave Bird, but he'll be locked in on Earth Power, he'll have to switch out, but to my surprise, he stays in and he switches out moves, so he's not, probably could have done a little bit more scouting at that point, but, his Tangrowth is gone thanks to the Sludge Bomb, and his Empoleon is at a pretty low health where something else can take it out, so losing out on Crobat, which does happen to be the Stall Breaker, I guess, isn't really the most terrible thing in the world, but, for now, I'm just going to go for the Crunch. Just hoping to nail anything that comes in. I was kind of expecting fucking Heracross to come in, but if Azelf were to come in, then, I would nail that too, expecting Earthquake for whatever reason. I think that's the reason I went for the Crunch over the Pursuit or anything like that. But right here, Heracross is a pretty hard counter to me because I cannot one-shot it even, at +1 with any of the moves that I have. And, I'm locked in on Crunch. If I went for Stone Edge, then fantastic, but I'm even still doubting that a +1 Stone Edge would be able to kill, even though I'm adamant, so you know how that works. But, right now, I do need to break the Sub, since I did not expect a Sub Heracross at all. Maybe Scarf, that kind of thing. But he goes for the Mega Horn, ends up missing. That's kind of his bad for picking that move. He definitely could have gone for the close combat to finish me off, but I guess he didn't want the lower defenses. So he's going to go ahead and get out of there. And he actually does predict my HP 5 pretty nicely. I should have just gone for another Sludge Bomb since that would have hit for neutral. I was probably going to end up dying soon anyway. But it was like, he could have gone out to Empoleon as well. and, you know, just things and reasons. There was things I was thinking at the time that led me to believe that going for HP Fire probably would have been the smarter play there. So, he's going to take me out with a move of his choice, you know, his choice Scarf, rather. And, yeah, Overheat takes me out. Now, because he went with Overheat, you know, he is at -2. I am especially defensive Empoleon. He's going to go ahead and want to get out of there. As I set up my Stealth Rocks, which, you know, is the only opportunity I'm going to get to do it, as he brings in his own Empoleon. Now, this portion... Let me tell you about this portion. I was fishing for a Scald Burn, because I was like, you know what? This is going to be pretty easy. If I can just burn it, he'll wear himself down to a decent amount. His Scalds will be hurting a little bit more because he's in Torrent range. But I'm going to try to get a burn, and I'll see how long it takes me. I don't get it on the first one, that's fine. He gets it on the first one, leave it to fucking him to do that, but whatever. I can't do anything. So don't get a burn on that one as well. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. This is kind of stupid, a little bit of a stall fest. Well, not really stall fest, it's just him trying to take me out, and it's working out. He also gets a crit right there, too. He probably would have gotten a burn as well if he didn't already have it. But as you can see, I've gone through a lot of my health for no reason, and I finally get the burn on this one. If I had that like 2 turns ago, I would have a lot more health, as, you know, if you're seeing how much Scald is doing. So... he finally ends up dying. Cool thing is I don't die, so it means I do get switch advantage on the next thing, even if he decides to go for U-turn right now, which I believe he does. So he's going to send in whatever he has left, which I believe is his Heracross. So he's got Heracross and Azelf at this point in the game, and I believe I might have Dusclops, Crocodile, and Victini left. So I have a little bit of an edge right here. And the thing is since I learned that his Heracross is not, you know, Scarf, it's actually lefties, my Victini does outspeed because it's timid. And actually, you know what, he has his Rotom Heat left, excuse me, you know, kind of jumping the gun on that. But I can go for the Psychic right here because I do threaten him out with both of my stab attacks. He was probably expecting me to go for the Fire Blast. The instant he set it out, he probably regrets doing that since, you know, I do have another form of stab that would hurt both of them. Fire Blast would hit everything but Rotom, and then Psychic would hit everything but Azelf. You know, Azelf would be taking a little bit more damage from Psychic than Rotom would from Fire Blast, and, you know, Psychic is 100% accurate, so why the fuck not? You know, it's easily the better option there. So, he brings in Azelf now. I don't know if he's going to try to predict me and go for the U-turn, which is why I decided to go out into my Dusclops. I don't really know what kind of Azelf he is either. I'm still assuming Bandage just because I haven't seen him recoil or anything like that. But I believe he takes me out right here with a crit Zen Headbutt. Not really mattering too much to me anyway. I was just going to try to Death Fodder this thing out. Or if he went for the U-turn, then I would be ready for the Heracross. That would have worked out great. But for now, this turn right here, I'm not going to lie, it cost me the game. Because what I thought he would do is he would leave it in, so I would lock myself in on Pursuit, and then Heracross would end up taking me out. And then, you know, things I wasn't really thinking. I didn't have my head on straight at that point, you know, just to the obvious play was to go for Pursuit and, you know, just nail that thing, let him take me out with Heracross. The thing is, he probably could have set up a sub at that range, and I wouldn't have been able to break it in time, and then he would have been able to take out my Victini. I think that's what I was thinking at the time in the stream. There was this, like, series of, like, things going on in my head that just made me shy away from going for Pursuit, and I should have gone for Pursuit. But the thing is here is he still has Azelf left, and I still have Victini, which is going to take some Rocks damage. If Rocks were not up as well, probably would have been in a better boat, since the only damage I think I've taken is just Life Orb and Rocks. So I'd be at a way better range. If I had one less Rock Switch in, I'd probably be able to take a U-turn from Azelf and then return KO with either Fire Blast or a Thunder. It's not really doing too good on health. Well, to the point where it can live one of my hits anyway. So it's at about half. If I can live this U-turn, great. But as you can see, at 100 HP and probably from a Bandit Azelf, that's not going to cut it. And he also gets a crit just to put salt in the wound. But that was still a pretty fun game. You know, had I picked a different move at the end, things probably would have worked out differently. But I still had a lot of fun. Hope you guys did too. If you did, you're welcome to leave a like, rating, comment, subscribe, do your thing. And I believe that should do it for me. I uploaded a shit ton of, well, not a shit ton of videos. I uploaded 2 videos yesterday. And in case you are not filled in on my channel playlist, I've actually done a little bit of tweaking to that. You know, I've grouped my Wi-Fi singles from 1 to 100 and then 101 to 200 since I figured out how series playlist works. And, you know, just fucking around with playlists, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So, if you ever want to revisit any of my categorized content and you're like a new subscriber and you're like, I want to go back and visit stuff, well, I don't want to sort through like the sidebar videos, I got that all fixed up for you. So, you're welcome to do that over the weekend, and let's see if I can, you know, get a couple videos out this weekend. If not, I will probably see you guys next time.